Today's video is just going to show you how to do a spiral center, and then I'll just complete it by adding a final layer. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you'd like to see more videos, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button or that bell button to receive updates whenever I upload a brand new video. So let's get started. So guys, tools and equipment needed for today's video. Something to hang your flower in. Some corn flour. Now you may or may not need this. Some sugar glue and a brush. Your 3 rolling pins. If you have one with a round edge without a pattern, then you don't need to use a pattern one. It's just that I don't have a plain one with a round edge, therefore I have to use this one. And this one is one of my rolling pins that I love to use when I'm thinning the petals out even more. So I tend to use all 3. A Dresden tool is needed today. Your pliers, your Trex, your colour, what you're going to colour your icing in, your gum paste in. Again, I've already pre-dyed mine in a pink. You can never go wrong with pinks. Scissors, a cocktail stick, your 20 gauge wire. I have a small bud here, foam bud. Now the size for this is 1 centimeter in width and 1.5 in length approximately. We've got 3 different sizes of cutters here. The smallest one being 1 inch in width and just over 1 inch in length. The next one being 1.1 in width and 1.2 in length. And the next one being 1.2 in width and 1.5 in length approximately. Then we have your foam pad and your storage board. You'll also need your apple tray. Oh, and your pasta machine. You'll definitely be needing your pasta machine. So first things first, preparing our bud as we usually do. Poking the foam bud right in the middle with a cocktail stick and then pushing it through with the wire to about half, and then just bringing it down and twisting it as normal. Again, if it's loose, pliers to twist and tighten until it's very firmly secure. So that's our bud ready. Now let's get our petals done. For the first initial petal, we're going to use this one, which is a 1.5 in width and approximately 1.8 in length. So get your gum paste, just make sure it's pliable and okay to work with. Roll it into a bowl and then just start rolling it out. And then into your pasta machine from the thickest to the thinnest. Once out, then using the largest cutter that we just talked about, cut out 1 petal. And pop it into your storage board. If you have any paste to spare, then just cut out 7 of the smaller size petal cutter. So once you've done all your petals, just pop your paste back in and start working with your very first one. So I'm just going to lightly dust my surface with some corn flour and just rub it in on both sides. And then I'm going to start rolling it to elongate the petal. And then turn it. Once I've done that, I'm going to pop it on my foam pad and just glue the petal using the tackiest side. Up to about half. I like to leave a little bit of gap on the top, so on this section here, so I don't put any glue there. And then pick up your bird and just wrap it round at the top like a cape. So one side down first and then overlap and tighten that up. Press any paste down that's not stuck. There we go, that's our first petal ready. We're going to add 7 petals to this to make the spiral center. Taking your first petal, just stretching it out as normal. Remember, it doesn't matter if it goes out of shape. Once you've done one, do exactly the same to the remaining petals. Once they have air dried for a couple of minutes, I'm just going to quickly turn them over. As you can see, they are a little bit out of shape and a little bit torn, but that doesn't matter. And for this part, I'm not going to use any sugar glue to begin with and just attaching them as they are for now. So I'm going to put our first petal over the join of our previous petal, and I'm going to do it a little bit higher, and I'm just going to curve it and put it around like we normally do and just hold it there. And then I'm going to go over and overlap the side that I normally overlap on. I'm going to loosen it up from here. I'm not going to glue or stick that side down because I want that to be open. And I'm going to go ahead and just overlap that. And I'm going to do that slightly higher as well. And then loosening it up. So at the same height of the previous one. And again, I'm going to continue. And pushing it right in on that side. So, and then I'm going to put one more here. So I'm still not going to stick them down at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, using my fingers, support it at the bottom and pull all of them right off from this side. Doesn't matter if the first one comes off. Just snip that off. So pull that right back. Again, make sure you're supporting it with your finger. And just gonna insert that one there. Keep going with the other one. So there, keeping hold of it on all of them, and then pushing them even back. Making sure you adjust them accordingly and adding my last one in. So I've still not glued it down, as I'm going to pull that right back and put this right in. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue that down. So using my sugar glue, I'm going to get a tad bit on the end of the brush and Just make sure it's positioned where I want to position it and just glue that. But I'm going to loosen them up before I glue them. And then we can pull this back and let go of that side and do the same for this side. So open this side, pull this one back, and again, using some glue at the tip of your brush, just glue the sections down. Again, loosening them up a little bit. Now I'm going to pull these back. And I'm going to glue these down one by one, how and wherever I want to position them. So loosen that one like that there. Not going to glue the whole bit, I'm just going to glue them down exactly where I want them to stick. Again, this one here, and just at the bottom, I'm going to leave these open. And then with your cocktail stick, we're just going to loosen them up even more so you can see each petal. So even though I've stuck them down where I wanted to, I'm still just loosening them up. Just like that. Now, once you've opened all of these up and you're happy with it, make sure you have enough room in between these petals, because our next size up is going to go in between the petals of this row. So do exactly the same like we've done with this one, and then we can continue. I'll show you how to attach them. For our final row, you're going to be using your final cutter and cutting out 8 petals. Once I've done all 7, I'm going to quickly flip them over, and this time I'm going to glue the base down. So just going to get my sugar glue and just a little bit on the tip and just glue a little bit of the base. And I am also going to glue a little bit of the left side down. Then in we go in between. So open them up even more if you need to, and just slide it in slightly higher or at the same height. Push it right in as far as you can get, and then just stick. And then move that back, pull it back even more. Slide that in there and just stick. And once you've got all of these petals in, you'll then start seeing the flower come together. So again, pull back and pop it in and just keep going. And tuck your final one in there. Once they are all in, just start adding more sugar glue to the bottom and where you want them to stick. So positioning them how you want them. And that's how it should look once we've added this row. I'm now going to just leave this to rest and prepare our next row. With our final row, I've just made it a little bit bigger as we've done with the previous 2 rows with my rolling pin, and I've just gone over it with my round edge rolling pin and just made it a little bit more bigger. So it's very translucent and very, very thin. We're then going to use our Dresden tool and just keep it just below the top bit and just work it around just to give it that bit of a curve. So from the center and then downwards. And then we're just gonna curve the top bit. Just like so. So just like that. And I'm gonna put them in my apple tray just to give them the cupped shape. So in they go, and I'm just pressing it down from the center. And I'm not too bothered about keeping the top edge perfect. Once you've done all your petals, leave them to air dry in your apple tray for around 5 to 10 minutes depending on your weather conditions, or to speed up the process, just pop them into the oven on the lowest temperature for around 3 to 4 minutes. But do keep an eye on them as well, because as they cool they do tend to dry a lot quicker, so just be sure to keep an eye on them if you do pop them into the oven. Otherwise, just leave them to air dry for around 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll start adding them. Once you've done all of your petals, I've just moved them around slightly, so they're giving me a bit more movement to the petals in terms of how they are shaped. And we're just going to glue the right side down on the base. So just lifting one up. Now you can add this at the same height or slightly higher. And just making sure the right side is fully stuck down. Overlapping. Keeping the petals more close together. Just making sure the base is really secure. And just keep going until you've added all of them on. Just pull the first one back before you add the final 3. And then just add your final one in. This is still a little bit flimsy, so I'm just going to hang it upside down for a few more minutes and then I'll come back and show you what the end result looks like. And this is how it looks once it's completely dry. And just look at the spiral center, it does look gorgeous. Now I'm happy with how this has turned out. If you want to make it bigger, you can by all means do so. Whether you want to use a bigger bud, whether you want to use bigger petal cutters, whether you want to add more rows to this flower, you can do whatever you want. Hope you've enjoyed this one for now. If you have, please don't forget to support the channel by liking the content, by subscribing to the channel and commenting and also sharing. Don't forget to hit that bell icon as well, because without that you won't get notified whenever new videos go live. I know I say it repeatedly in every single video, but I've just got to make sure that you have that bell icon pressed, as without that, again, no notifications for new videos. If you want to follow me, my socials are listed below this video in the description, so you can check them out. So I'll be back next time with a brand new one. Until then, you guys take care and bye for now.